Eeste Fabriek informal settlement residents in Mamelodi will finally be moved to land that has been promised to them. They've been housed at the Mamelodi Baptist church, this after their homes were destroyed by floods in December of last year. I'm sure you remember the story. Well, government had promised to move them back in January, but of course that didn't happen, but it is now happening. Let's go live to my colleague Tsecho in Mamelodi for us here on eNCA. A very cold day, but at least some good news to warm the residents.
Absolutely, Gareth. Good afternoon. So those residents were meant to be moved today, actually, to various parts of Pretoria from the Mamelodi Baptist Church and from other areas, including community halls. So that is the priority that the city has taken. However, that has been slightly delayed due to unforeseen circumstances. And to give us details, Gareth, about what exactly has taken place and why that relocation is not happening today, I'm joined by Selby Bukaba. He is the spokesperson for the city of Tshwane. Selby, thank you so much for your time. Just give us details about what has now delayed the relocation of these residents.
We had planned that we were going to relocate from the Mapias Recreational Center, about 23 beneficiaries, and 23 from Stanza Bopape, and 38 from the Baptist Church. We decided that we are going to do this in phases. This was going to be phase 1. However, our plans were scuppered by a grouping calling itself the Business Forum. They are saying that they're demanding a stake from the project, and the main contractor had offered them some stake, but they are saying it's insufficient. They want us as the city to extend the scope of the project so that they could benefit. That has delayed the process of relocating those flood victims. Now, this grouping, they're only interested in benefiting for themselves. And this we are doing for the community. These guys are victims of the floods, which happened in December 2019. They've been accommodated at halls and the church and other facilities. And we are saying we are going to construct residential temporary units for them. But here is a grouping that says we will not allow you to do this thing. And it's unfortunate that you have people who think that they're entitled to do whatever they want, because it's a mentality of entrepreneurs, unfortunately, in the city, where you find people that think that they will dictate to the city as to how the resources of the municipality should be disbursed or allocated.
Now, what is then the plan, Selby? What is the city going to do with these particular residents, and what is then the way forward? And do you perhaps have a timeline as to when you would actually be moving them?
We had a meeting with community leaders this morning, and we have agreed that we will continue with the engagement, and hopefully early next week we would be able to start the relocation, the first phase of the relocation. We're not going to pander to the whims of this grouping. We have had an engagement with the community leaders, and they have given us the green light to proceed with the process of relocation.
All right. And of course, I understand that it's going to be people, the high priority, so the people that were at various community areas. And then what about those that are currently at the informal settlement, the Eeste Fabriek informal settlement, those people that rebuilt and those that are still living there?
Yeah, hence I said that we're going to do it in phases. You can't do it all at the same time. So we're starting with all those 3 first, the Mapias Recreational Center, Stanza Bopape, and the Baptist Church. And then gradually we'll go to others who are in Eeste Fabriek and other areas. We have engaged with them, and we told them that this is our plan, and they've agreed with us. They understand our constraints in terms of resources, and they understand our timelines. So we will do that gradually, and all of them ultimately will be relocated.
All right, thank you so much, Selby Bukaba, Gareth, just giving us details about the plans of relocating these residents. Of course, you remember that these are flood victims that lost everything or most things in that flood in December of 2019.
Just realized how terribly sad it was, Tsecho, as I throw to you that today was going to be the day these families were finally going to get their lives back, only to then being told at the last moment that they aren't actually going to be moved today. Do we know if we're going to go and speak to those families at some point?
Well, I did have a brief conversation, Gareth, with one of the residents who was quite excited to actually be able to move today. But of course, now with what has now been said by the city of Tshwane, that is obviously going to change. But the plan for them, they are saying that they are still optimistic and they are hoping that this actually does take place. They have been in consultations with the city and they are hoping that as soon as things are actually sorted out, then they are able to move and restart their lives.
I'm sure many people wanting to find out when that's going to happen. Sekhoacha Moahi, thank you very much indeed for the latest on that particular story.